She came earlier and I got it all on video right here.
Kaya, we're live now. Webinar is now streaming live on Facebook.
You see us? Can you see us?
Hey, yeah, let me send it to Shanoa. Yeah.
You can see us?
How y'all doing?
Are y'all seeing me? Are y'all seeing us?
Yes, but you have to put.
Webinar is now streaming live Facebook.
But where is it? Where are we? Oh, Love in the City.
Let me look.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Let me see.
Okay, add her to the Zoom. Shanoa's here. Let me go over and get her. Do you guys see us live? Yay! But why? Do you see me or do you see everybody?
Kaya, you're on, so calm down. Just let's go. You're on. I'm looking at Love in the City.
I know, but I need everybody to be on with me.
No, you don't have everybody on.
That's the problem. I'm about to have a panic attack.
Stool. Oh, the tall one.
Tell Shanoa to hold up. All right, I'm gonna have a panic right now.
It's just you. It's just you.
I'm gonna have a panic. Calm my nerves, y'all. Hold up. Hold up. Where's Shanoa?
Go get a drink of vodka. Go get some vodka real quick.
I don't see how to add her. I don't see how to add Shanoa participants. I don't see her, y'all. Oh no.
Look, does it say, is it anything? Does it say add all people or?
Shanoa Maxwell raised hand. Where is she though? I'm going to her participant. I don't see her.
The tall one. Oh.
Tiffany, give me a drink of vodka. Give me a glass.
Tell her I'm trying. Tell her I'm trying. I'm trying. I can't get her. You guys, I'm hitting the button and it's not working. I knew it. Give me a second.
Okay.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Well, we're streaming live, you guys. So
hey guys, I'm sorry. We're just trying to go. Start in 5 minutes. It's not started. Calm down. I gotta figure out how to get everybody over here. I gotta figure this out.
You're doing good, Kaya. We're in quarantine.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm at the page where it says participants. I'm hitting it. It's not going to anybody. I put you on Facebook Live real quick. Yeah. I'm gonna. All right. Thank you. Calm down.
We're not ready yet.
I'm hitting it. Not. Look at this real quick, Meredith. So you see where I'm at? And I'm hitting participants, right? Yeah. It's not working. Nothing. Every time I hit it. Is everybody there, right? No. Oh, I see it right here. Shanoa. Shanoa, and then hit what? Promote to panelists. Okay, cool. Yeah. But the problem is I don't see everybody on Facebook. I only see me.
Yeah. It's only showing Kaya on Love in the City Facebook.
No, I can't see your face or you're muted. Go on
the screen again. And go to grid view.
Unmute yourself, Shanoa. Grid view, where's that? Oh, here?
Yeah, click grid view and you can see everybody.
I see oh, wait. Oh, there we go. But now, how do I see everybody on Facebook Live?
We're gonna get a cocktail, guys.
You connect Facebook Live.
I love it. Get a cocktail. I'm gonna get one too, because it's a lot.
We got 5 minutes. Okay, what? Say it again.
You connect everybody on Facebook?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. We're already on Facebook, but the only person you see is me. Oh no, we're all here. I see us all. Why won't y'all tell me that we're all there? No one said anything. All right, thank you, Marina. I was having a panic and my arms are sweating. Bye. All right, bye.
I'm getting a cocktail. Hold up.
I'm over here on a fast. I ain't supposed to be having a cocktail. So listen, guys. Talk on your Zoom. Don't talk on the live because the live is delayed.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When you click the link, you click into Zoom. But behind your Zoom is the Facebook Live.
But wait, you can hear me though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
you ready now?
I'm sweating. No, Tiffany, we got 3 minutes. I'm like sweating like crazy, guys. All right, so.
Oh, somebody say cocktail.
All right, so we got to see who's out there. We got 4 minutes. Let's
Guys,
see who's out there. I see everybody.
You may want to stop
Hey,
this one.
Krista.
You may want to stop this one and start again because we had all of that in the beginning of it. You may want to.
Bro, it's live, baby. We on. Hey, we got 10 people watching. Hey, everybody.
Hold
Hey,
on,
everybody. Bershawn, you got girls, girl. Get you a brush. Let me.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. My girls, get ready. This quarantine hair, you guys. This quarantine hair.
Where's my earring?
No, this is quarantine hair.
No, that's quarantine. She's right. Oh no, Tiffany got quarantine hair.
This
for
is
her.
quarantine
got
hair.
quarantine hair. That's really true.
Sure.
Quarantine hair.
For sure. For sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
bought some shit
I don't have
for
my listen, guys, I don't have my Facebook Live up, so whatever questions come, y'all will have to look at
So you should probably take the time to pull it up because we want everybody to look. We should
Oh,
see.
okay,
How
hold
will-
on.
how will
Let
we
me pull
see
it up.
Let me see.
Hold on.
Go
Let me
to-
see.
Hey, Clarissa.
How can you see who's on it?
Facebook
I
Live.
don't see- if you look at the bottom, we have 11 people. You can see the number right there.
Mine says 4, but okay, let me see.
Yeah, mine says 11.
Okay.
See,
I got more
we're-
friends than you, girl. I'm kidding. All right. So,
No, let's let them keep coming. Don't start. You gotta
Yeah,
let
don't
the
start
live.
now.
no. I was just chit-chatting, just saying hello, everybody.
With
Hey,
live, you
everybody.
gotta just keep on waiting for people to come. Let me see.
You in Shanoa? So you go to Love in the City on Facebook, and
Go
then
to
you
11
click it, and you
Facebook.
just scroll
Love in the
down. We should be like the first thing you see.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
I don't see where they would say questions, but
It's
it's
in
okay.
the post
It's
area.
the comment.
Vershawn.
It's in the comments right at the bottom.
It's like the post area. Like
Oh,
when you go to
search-
post.
Okay.
It's right underneath. You see people commenting already. I miss you guys. Hey, oh, maybe, wait, do you see?
I don't see everybody coming.
And you just scroll down. We should be like the first
It's like a post.
thing.
Except-
I see 6 comments. Hey, Tiffany, Aisha Dion, love you, cuz.
Hey, yeah, where do you see the comments at, Kaya? Where do you see the comments at?
Right below our video.
Do you see it, Shanoa?
I did. Yes. Okay. So go all the way down like you're gonna post something, Bershawn, and then right there's all the comments. Don't click on it. Just look at it like a post.
Oh, okay.
You see?
Yeah, okay, cool. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Tiffany,
Oh, now I
can you
see it. Okay, look at it like a post.
Yeah. Look at it.
Hey, y'all. Get your
Hey,
champagne
everybody.
out.
Oh my
Rashawn, you can pour it out the bottle. We don't want to see the whole bottle from your gift bag. We want it in a glass. And I'm on a fast right now, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready to drink this, but I might have a sip while Jason not here.
I am on a fast too.
But no, what
Yeah,
you
I'm
got?
on a fast.
What do you have, Chanel?
Turmeric, ginger, and tequila.
I love it.
Hi,
Right.
Ebony.
You always will keep
You have,
keep it,
Tiffany?
healthy with a splash
Healthy
of
with the
liquor.
twist. Healthy with the twist.
Healthy with the twist. I
We
love
want
it.
to take Shanoa's notes because she looks quite good. Okay, we can ain't it, Bershawn. That's not
I
the
stopped. I stopped. Wait till you see me, girl, because I was like, too much popcorn, too much chips. I stopped.
You've been
We're
saying
on-
that for about 2
we're
years,
on-
child, 2 years.
Yeah. We're allowed. Okay, guys. So we're gonna start in like 2 more minutes. We're just waiting for everyone to roll in. We just want
No,
to say,
you guys-
hey.
Hey, Ebony, what's up, boo? Get your wine, y'all. Get you some wine. 27
You gotta
people.
stop. You gotta start at like
Hello
8:06.
from Boston. Hello from Boston. Hey, Tariska, how are you? What's up,
They came in
ladies?
to get
All
the
right,
scoop. They
got
came
the
in-
cocktails. Guys, so we're gonna start in like 2 more minutes. We're just waiting for everyone to roll in. We just want to wait. Did I turn that off?
Hey, what's up, boo? Yeah, turn the volume of your Facebook down so you don't hear it.
How do you
Hey,
do that?
We're
y'all.
communicating.
Hey, Ruby.
Zoom.
But how
Why-
do you
why
turn the volume on the Facebook down, guys?
You know, why don't we start? Because you want people to come. Why don't we start at like 8:06 or 8:07? You want people to join in. You
Yeah.
wanna- you know what I mean? You gotta have
I
them.
agree.
Yeah. Let's have, because every time Facebook Live, you got to let them come in. Y'all can dance, show us your bodies.
Oh, we can dance? Show us your body. Show us your body. You and Tiffany, y'all look great.
You show us your body.
Show us your quarantine
Well, this
body.
evening, I'm modeling lingerie.
Oh.
Split on the side.
I
Now
love
bring it down, Kaya. Let's really see. Bring it down.
Be clear. I'm on the fast. I already lost 3 pounds. What?
Okay, bring it down. Okay.
That's hysterical. I love it.
I love it.
Hey guys. Hey from Florida. What's up, Shannon? How you doing?
Hello, Shannon.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey.
Black don't crack. That's right.
Wait, what happened? Rashawn, show us your body. Get up and dance.
Ooh.
Oh, look.
Oh, Rashawn.
Look at his stomach, boo. Look.
It looks good though. It looks
Yeah.
good actually.
Yeah, I'm playing games. When I come back, I'm not playing games. I was eating popcorn. I was eating chips. I said, stop it now. I'm going to be 300 pounds. Huh?
Yeah, when the quarantine ends in 2021.
Yes, exactly. When it ends in 2021.
Girl, we're all going to be ready to hit some country and permanently move there.
Yeah, I mean.
They got us scared to death. Out here, they have everybody wearing masks. Like it's
Sammy,
They're
hi,
doing
honey.
that everywhere. Hi, Ebony.
Ebony, what is new, boo?
What's up, Ebony?
You see
Samantha. Oh,
You
she
guys
said
want-
black don't crack.
While we're waiting for everybody to come in, all the ladies that are watching,
Hi, Jessica.
or gentlemen, please grab your cocktails.
Have you some
This is
cocktails?
Cocktail
Get your
hour,
cocktails.
right?
Well, is this happy hour? No, it's happy hour somewhere, right?
It's happy hour in California.
Oh yeah, here's
So,
LA.
you
This is
know.
right.
Well, cheers, ladies. It's been a long time. We haven't seen each other. Well, I haven't seen you guys in person in a while. So cheers.
Cheers.
Right? I haven't seen anybody's face or sound.
I know.
This is as real life as we get right now.
Yeah.
So this is like having dinner at a fancy restaurant right now.
Yolanda, hello from DC. Yes, DC represents. Hello. Okay,
Cheers.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Y'all like my new hair?
Where is the music? That's what we needed. Music in the background.
You want me to put some music on?
Yeah, a little bit. Can we give a little mood?
What kind of mood you want though? My music might be not.
Play something. You got good stuff. Go for it.
Yeah, my music's been a little bit. I'm in a different space right now.
Oh Lord, what is it? Rock or trap? What?
Legs crossed over like this.
It's pretty much real like.
Meditative.
Well, that's one part of my life, yes, for sure. But it's also like I'm kind of like I'll play a little. Let's see what you like.
It's okay. We're riding on your wave.
This is what I was listening to before you guys came on. Before my client.
Hey,
techno.
hey, Lucretia, hey. Somebody's ready for a makeover.
Yes. It's my mood. Hold on, that's not the song. Oh yeah, here it is.
Okay.
Gotta listen to it though. It's called The Four Agreements. It'll really educate your mind, lift you there while you're like vibing.
Okay.
So this is sort of like, what do you call it? Like,
Is it dance music or is it
Very much dance music,
Okay.
but it's also has underlined on the track. It has the four agreements. So if you've read the four agreements, it's always talking about
I
how
love
it's
it.
pre-programmed in our minds.
But wait. I want to get into that later. So don't go there too much, but I want to get a nice little, I need a 2-minute therapy session. So don't talk about this.
oh, so this is sort of like Shanoa. It's like Ibiza, like a little
It's
bit.
Ibiza.
Like,
That's my mood all day.
I know,
You know it. You know it.
Oh, you know, I go there all the
Your
time.
champagne with the sun.
Oh, with
Yeah,
the
half
sun hitting your face
naked.
in Ibiza or San
In
Tropez.
Ibiza, Central Pay,
Drinking
girl.
an
Yes.
Aperol. Oh, I know. Ah.
Yes. Freedom.
If you guys have any questions for us, please feel free to start dropping them in the comment section. We'll get to them shortly. We just want to
Guys,
kind of
it's 8:08.
we want to fill up the room. We got 2 more minutes. We're going to start at 8:10.
Yes.
With time. to get in here. I see about 50 people, 50 comments in this comment section
Hey
right
guys, April, Samantha, hello, Janine. Thank you for supporting. Hello, hello, hello.
now. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. So
I love it.
Together because I know y'all want to get the scoop. Child.
What's the scoop?
Get the scoop. Child. See what's going on these streets.
We're quarantined. That's what's going on.
I don't know where the.
I still can't believe that we're quarantined.
I can't believe it either. I've
For like
surrendered them.
months. I mean, come on. Katrina, hi, Samantha, hey everyone.
Lost my Facebook
Out there with the fort, with the fire in the background, Tiffany, and the trees. You look real zenful.
Yeah.
I'm in the woods. I'm safe. I have to escape the city.
I love it.
Yeah, you definitely wanted to.
I love it.
For sure. That
All
place.
right, I don't know where my Facebook went, so.
Okay, yeah, don't talk about New York that bad. Relax, Kaya. It's infested.
You're not even there. You're in DC.
Yeah, but I still love New York. Okay.
I miss my apartment though. I can't wait to go back. I may go back in a couple.
Listen to this, guys.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. Ibiza, San Tropez in the summer.
Yes. All right, we got 1 minute. 1 minute.
1 minute to go.
Let's go.
And you guys on Facebook Live, ask us questions
I'm in
too.
the woods, Ebony.
Oh my God, Deidre from high school. Hey, lady.
I gotta get on mine. I can't see anything.
Noah, you
Let's
gotta
see.
get on. You can't not be on.
I know. Hey, listen, I'm being the DJ, like.
Yeah, the DJ, the bartender. You can't do everything.
Exactly. Okay, let's turn it down and let's get this popping, guys.
Ooh.
Get it popping. It's 8:10. These people gotta go to bed. The grannies.
Oh, look, somebody asked us a really good question.
We're gonna wait. We wanted to first kind of just open up with Shanoa. We wanted to kind of go into our a little bit about us, right?
Yeah, I thought we would open it up, guys, with just a recap. First of all, just thanking everybody to joining us. Tiffany, are you with us?
My dogs.
Oh,
I love it.
So hold on, guys. I lost my Zoom. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to thank everybody for joining us. Kaya for getting this all together. She really rallied everybody and made it happen. And it's been a really long time since all the girls have been in this collective space. So thank you guys for actually asking us to do this and for, being so interested in what's been going on after Love in the City. And so I figured, Kaya, you should probably just do like a recap on what the show was about in case we have any new watchers. And then maybe we can go down and you guys can recap your stories and then we can start all the questions.
Okay. Well, as you guys know, we were around, I thought it was 5 years, but it's been almost 7 years. 2014, we filmed the show, Love in the City. And one of the things that I want to say is when we first got the call, unlike most shows, most reality shows were to come out 2 years after inception. Oprah Winfrey loved our show and we came out literally in 3 months. Yeah. I remember the call and the conversation with one of our great friends who we all know, D'Angela Steed. She was the inspirer behind the show. Kaya, you know what? We were all out here in LA. I was probably one of the last people out in LA. Rashawn, Shanoa, Tiffany were all in LA and they all went back to New York City. So it was like, I have these really great friends and it was like, you guys should do a show. So of course I called my favorite people, Shanoa, Rashawn, Tiffany. And that is really what inspired us to start to do this show. Back then, OWN was a very new network. So a lot of people always ask, why did y'all stay around and what happened and this sort of thing. But for me, I think it was, my opinion is we were just ahead of our time. They were all about positivity. Oprah was like, nothing negative should come out. We want everything to be positive. And now in retrospect, it was a good thing. But back then, it didn't help us get ratings or stay on. So, we did the show. We had 7 episodes and, from I think they aired it 2015, 16, We took another shot at it, didn't really work out, and here we are. So we had one season, but we love each other, and here we are.
Yes.
It was a good season.
It was a great season.
It was.
Yeah.
Everybody loved the show. So I don't know why we didn't come back, but hey, you guys got to bring us back.
Right.
So
Bring back Love
basically,
in the City.
let's start with, we want to basically just kind of, how would you recommend us doing it, Shanoa? You want to start with a question, or would you like to, what do you think?
So here we are talking to the cast of Love in the City. If you guys are just tuning in, thank you so much for joining us. I think we should start by just talking about how everybody in the audience last saw us, our last storyline, because it's been so many years. Not what we're doing right now, but what happened when we had cut and said, goodbye to everybody. What was the thing that happened in your life that year, that moment? And before you start, recap us. Like, this is what was going on in my life. This is what I had just went through. This is what you guys watched on the last episode. And then from that moment, boom, this is what happened. And then we'll work up to where we are today.
Tiffany, you go first.
Why?
Why not? Go for it.
I'll go first. Okay.
So what happened?
Tiffany.
Okay, yeah, Tiffany.
So I had the breakup at the end of the show with Brian Benjamin.
Well, tell us about that. Tell us a little bit about Benjamin. I said Private Benjamin.
Benjamin Button.
Tell us about Benjamin and what that relationship, what was going on at the end. And you had a big scare with the cancer. Benjamin, he stole your wig. It was a whole bunch of stuff. So tell us.
Yeah. Wow, so much happened at the end of that. So the things I remember, let's start with what I remember. There was a fight.
Queen.
Like every relationship. And it ended where, I guess he wanted to hurt me. He wanted to take things from me. So he took things that were given to me in the relationship, my Chanel bag. And I mean, it was that's things like that. Well, that was the first time that's ever happened to me in a relationship. But then he brought his mother into the situation, and I learned a lot about Caribbean women and their sons on the show. I can say that. And so she cut it. She's like, nope, no relationship. And, I think that was shocking. That was definitely shocking to me, because I date independent men that are not still attached to their mother's umbilical cord. And then after that, so the breakup and then the show ended. He became the senator.
Oh, he's a senator?
He's a senator?
He's now the senator. And then the Washington Post reached out to me. I mean, all these outlets, New York Times, we were on the cover of the Post. Because I didn't really want to respond, but Own got in touch with me, and we chatted, and we wanted to
Tiffany, we need the story now. If you're going to tell us the story.
I'm telling you the story.
Let her finish. Let her finish, Kaya.
Tell the boyfriend to go in the other room and give us the scoop, girl.
No, we wanted to tell
her finish. Calm down.
I want to hear the story.
I'm telling you the story.
Okay.
So he became the senator. They reached out to me, and he basically tried to say that the show was produced, and it was important for me to say that it was our real life, what we did on the show between all four of us. It was our lives, and that's basically what I said in the post.
He was trying to say that it was produced like we were making things up.
Yeah.
Oh, sneaky. Okay, I didn't know
So do you
that.
think, in retrospect, do you think he was the guy for you?
I mean, listen, every guy for me in the moment, yeah, he was the guy for me, but now it's over. No, he's not the guy for me. But yeah.
Back then, when you really looked at it, I know you and I have had conversations. Was he really your husband?
Well, Kaya, you don't think any person is. Well, obviously he's not. No. I mean, he's married. He has a child. I wish him the best. There's no animosity. I don't feel anything towards him. We've chatted on the phone. We laughed together. So yeah, I wish him the best. He told me that this was his dream to become in politics, and he's doing it. And I really I admire that. I marvel at his determination. He did it. It's like, I really, it's good for him. Like, there's nothing, I have no regrets, and there's nothing that I can, he was a good guy. Yeah.
So around that time too, I remember you had another bout with cancer. How did that end up working out? Because you're healthy, you look fantastic. What ended up happening with that?
Well, I'm cancer free, thank goodness. Praise God. Yes, I'm cancer free. I was talking to my business partner today, and as you guys know, I'm a founder of a nonprofit, and we have angel investors, and we were talking about how this new world that we're living in, because being a cancer survivor, Rashawn would know, it's not that once we're out of the 5-year, 7-year, we're not, high risk. But for me personally, I don't like anything coming to mess with my body and my health. So, yeah.
Okay.
I forgot your question.
No, but look, you know what, Tiffany? Let me ask a question. So Tiffany, because going through that relationship, it was a little bit volatile, right? Do you regret the things, like, now looking back, 6 years, do you wish, like, just your personality, his personality, you guys could have talked it through, made it happen? Do you wish you did things differently?
No. Okay. I live my life. I have no regrets. None. Not one regret. I do believe I am where I'm supposed to be in my life right now, today, in this moment. And I've always lived my life that way. I'm a child of God. I'm always taken care of. And I believe that, it was an experience. It was a wonderful experience. And that's, I was married and divorced. The guy wasn't supposed to be in my life forever. And, that's just what it is. I have a wonderful family. I had a wonderful father. I have a wonderful mother. And, I know what love feels like. And love ends. And it's okay. And you move on. And you wish that person the absolute best. And, it's just life on life terms. That's just how I've always lived my life.
Yeah, because everything is a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
Yeah.
Everything doesn't last forever.
Yeah, I've learned so much from every boyfriend, every friend, that's what's exciting to me about life, is the learning and the experience and the adventure. I don't know. I've always been that way.
I love that. Come, Tiffany, look at you, enlightened on the path. Okay, I love it.
Well, I've always been, I am who I am. I don't change. And, even with my work in the health sector, I just, I ran towards cancer. I didn't run away from it, because it's me. And, I happen to really love me. And it's not the exterior or the shit that we fall in love with. And this is, this whole being quarantined, it is a scary thing. And going back to that, it is scary. However, I find it really beautiful, the time that we get to really sit and be still and be quiet. Because there are moments in this quarantine, no matter what is happening in your life, there's a moment of quietness, and fear may seep in, but you have to, I was talking to another woman, and she's, going through her unemployment, and she's dealing with breast cancer, and she had radiation, all these things. But I said, answers come to you when just tiny moments of just silence.
Mhm.
So,
I agree.
So you're enjoying quiet quarantining right now.
I'm really enjoying it. I felt guilty for a moment because I was able to leave New York City, and I felt guilty of leaving my city that I love, and I felt guilty with some people who don't have that opportunity to leave the city. So there was a couple of days I was very sad. I was very heavy. My chest was very heavy, and I just even saying that, but you dive in, and I said, how can I flip this over, and how can I help? So just like an angel donor came into my life when I was dealing with cancer through a nonprofit. That's what Pink Chose Me. That's what we do. So we reach out to different families, we reach out to different individuals, and we help in that way. It's a very private, genuine, authentic way how we do what we do. So that's what I've been doing.
All right, good to hear.
Yay,
So,
you're a survivor.
Yeah. So, do you want to go, Shanoa, Rashawn? Who wants to take the floor?
You, why don't you take the floor?
I don't want to take the floor. Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
People see me every day. So basically, I'm leaving the show. I left off in the show with Roz. Roz was the guy that I was seeing. Oh, I'm gonna tell y'all something real funny too. Y'all ready? Let me get a juicy.
Tell us what's real funny, girl. Go.
I'm so hot. So basically, at the end of the episode, it was all about Rozzy. Roz was the guy I had been dating. He was Armenian, 10 years younger than me, guy. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, what is it? So about 10, 12 years younger than me. And I loved Rozzy. He was great. Like, I don't know if I was like in love with him, but I know that he was definitely a great guy overall. But I don't know if he was I don't know. I knew he wasn't the guy for me long term. How about that? I'm gonna say that. That's honest. He was not the guy for me long term at all. He was the guy that I was kind of seeing for the meantime. And when the conversation about kids and everything came up, we also have different ways that we are raised, upbringing. Armenian culture is so different from Black culture. While he loves the Black culture, and Roz ended up having 4 more kids since then. Roz has 4 different Black baby mamas. Okay?
Shut your face.
Yes.
Roz is getting it in.
So he had 4 baby mamas, and just a sidebar, this recent baby mama reached out to me on the DM talking about, hey, I'm so sorry it didn't work out for you and Roz. I'm like, you really said this to me?
I can't believe it.
So that was like kind of crazy. Like, because
Tell me that.
posting that Roz, us in the episode, and she really thought that I was heartbroken over the relationship. So she felt the need to unblock her page, tell me that. Then when I went back to kind of be like, hold up, who is this chick? Look through her stuff. Every picture is them, the family. And you know what's so crazy? When I saw this, I was so filled with joy because I knew Roz was a very tough-spirited man. And I was so happy to see him with that level of happiness with a woman. I was like, wow, he really, like, this all brought him joy. Him with pictures with, and he takes care of his kids. Like, 2 of them, like, he take care of them from baby inception. Now he got 4. So when she sent this text, this DM, I was like, Are you serious, girl? It's not that serious. So anyway, the Rod's era was about maybe like 2.5 years. We lived together the whole bit. Kids were like totally, like I thought about it, but after a while, I just knew that it wasn't gonna work out. So that relationship ended. Of course, I've had several relationships since then. The whole baby thing, I froze my eggs. I continued on with my work. You guys all know me, always Instagramming, posting, business as usual. And I have not had a child yet. I am still wanting, I have a new relationship, new great boyfriend. I just love him to death. He's awesome. And it's about a new journey for me, him bringing me lots of love, which was something that I felt like I needed over a baby first. And if it happens from here, the babies are in the fridge. So if we decide to go get the kids out the fridge.
In the fridge, in the kitchen, Kaya. In the fridge.
So that's my story, you know, quick and short.
I got something to ask you. You said that Roger's.
Y'all, I'm sweating like crazy. I'm nervous.
Menopause. We're getting older. Look, Kaya, okay, you said that Roz was 10 to 12 years younger than you. Do you like to date younger men?
I really think that younger, I don't know, my current boyfriend is 6 years younger. So I think I do like younger guys. I really do. I look young, I have young energy, and I think that's just what I attract. I don't even try. I just attract younger guys. I think it's just my energy. I think that's what it is.
Okay, that's good.
Like older guys are not flexible enough for, I think like we're all A-type, bossy type women. I think it takes a younger man to be a little bit more flexible emotionally. If that makes sense.
Flexible emotionally.
You understand what I mean when I say that? Like emotionally, my guy now is more reasonable in his, you know, he's not stubborn to the core. Older men are very stubborn to the core. You can't really.
Not all.
I didn't say all. I said, I'll say some older men are stubborn to the core. You date a Scorpio, he is stubborn. I don't want to hear that shit. But
he is super stubborn.
Exactly. So
yeah, but we're getting older and we're stubborn a little bit to the core too. So we're not 20-year-old young chicken.
Yeah, so dating a younger guy, it does work for me. So yes.
Right. Okay, I love it. Young thing.
So should I
have a question.
Should I pass it off to you, Shanoa or Rashawn?
Wait, I have a question.
Okay.
Right.
So
Thank you.
let's
I was talking, but I was muted. So
You was muted the whole time. That's
the
what I was
whole
like.
time. I know.
Go ahead, Tiff.
Are you?
So will this be the father of the refrigerated eggs?
Ooh,
You know what?
that you can go in the fridge and get?
He could be the father. He would, I mean, he's compassionate, he's sensitive, he's a really good guy. He's compromising, which is really nice. Spiritual, which is super dope.
What's
Attractive,
that?
so I
What's
can
his
look at him.
sign? What's his sign?
He's a Libra, so you know our Libras. they're very patient for the Scorpio.
I love Libras.
Vershawn is currently with a Libra. Shanoa, you were with a Libra for years, so you know the Libras.
Yeah.
So they have all the characteristics that we love. I always say, Shanoa, we have a lot of things in common where our lives have aligned so much. We're families, brothers. We have mental illness in our family. Actually, you do too, Vershawn.
Yeah.
We both, I've dated a Libra. Like every time I go through something, I always think about Shanoa because I'm like, God damn it. Our life really does model each other's like different scenarios, which is so interesting. So
Honestly, I think all four of us do. That's why the show is so great, really.
Yeah,
Me too.
He basically could be the father. Yes, he could. He could.
Oh, does he know that, or is that just coming from
Of
you?
course he knows. You know how we do.
That's funny, John.
Does he know? Like I'm gonna be.
But guess who's in charge, though?
I'm gonna be in the bathroom with my eggs, like taking the sperm out the.
Okay.
Or it can happen naturally.
So, all right. So, Vershawn, Shanoa, who's up? Shanoa, you were trying to say something. So, Shanoa, where are you now?
I was saying I like younger men.
Oh, you do? That's good. Tell us why. I love it.
So wait, let's
like
talk
a
about where
different- I've always
you
been
left
with younger
off.
men.
Let's talk about where you left off. That's a good start to Shanoa.
I left off, where did I leave off? I left off as a photographer, designing a donut shop, and
Yes.
separated.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you were yes.
So I left off as, all of those three things. And as soon as the show ended, I moved quickly into divorce. I definitely decided donut shop. Completed actually. We finished the donut shop, but it just, we broke apart from that. And what happened? I know. So many years I have to really think about like all the things that had happened. But it was interesting doing the show because I felt like, when you're in the middle of so much emotional trauma, but you are so busy or you're so distracted, you don't realize the amount of emotional pain or what it is that you're going through. And I think once the show ended, it gave me an opportunity to really fall on the floor, first of all, and get super present to what I was feeling, which was obviously a lot of pain and emotion from part of 13 years, to somebody who I loved deeply and who was a really good, and we had a great friend relationship. And not only breaking up of the man, but just breaking up of my entire life as I knew it. It was kind of like as soon as I got separated, a bomb blew up my whole life, and everything that I knew myself or my life to be kind of exploded. I mean, everything was different. Like it was like night and day different. So the beautiful thing was I got so many other women who were explaining to me that they were also in deep pain, which is ended up moving into the journey that I am in as an emotional intelligence person doing my business. But it took me a long road to get there because my dog is snoring. Because when you're fall apart, yeah, buddy, hey, can you leave?
We can't hear him.
But I can.
And Shanoa, your volume is going, you're the only one that's going like in and out. It's sort of getting frozen. I don't know if that's just where you are. I can hear everyone else clearly, but you're like sort of in and out frozen.
Am I?
Maybe you should make your internet longer. I don't know. I'm just saying.
You're frozen. Okay, there you go.
Someone said it and I see it
Better?
too.
Hold on. Well, if I change the person,
don't do it.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, babe, can you get him? So, go, buddy. Thank you. Oh, that's another thing. I never liked dogs, and now I have a dog.
Never.
I mean, I didn't want a dog ever, and now I have a dog who I love to death.
I mean, about Shanoa, she's super OCD. You can go to her house, guys, and all of her stuff is in the drawer.
In order.
In order. You can.
That's how I knew. I knew it was love because you came to my house screaming about dogs, hating dogs, didn't want to touch a dog. Don't let.
Yeah.
You are now kissing a dog, hugging a dog.
Kissing a dog, hugging a dog, taking care of him. It's love. Love will change you. Like true love will change you.
True love will change you.
Love will change you. I love it. Love in the city.
What you were saying. Finish what you were saying.
So I think, after I don't remember what I was saying, but I know that
I was on the floor. Now you got up off the floor.
I got up off the floor, and I going through my divorce at the same time falling in love with someone else. So that was like crazy. It was kind of like schizophrenia in a way, because there was one part of my life where I was deeply hurt, and there was another part of my life where I was completely in love more than I've ever been in love. And Brashawn knows, because I was losing my mind. I mean, there were moments where I was just like not even recognizing myself or my behavior, because I was just so completely an emotional wreck, if you will. Yeah. Like just night and day pulls, like happy, and so it was crazy. It was a crazy time, and I think it took about 2 years of really work. And when I say inner work, I went through so much. I mean, I went on so many emotional journeys, spiritual journeys, retreats, workshops, educations, programs, all kinds of stuff, because at that point I was just like, I don't really know what's going on. And you know, when I started recognizing and listening to the point where my ex-marriage was not great, it was really challenging trying to listen to that truth when everyone around you can't see it. And they were like pulling you back to what wasn't right for me anymore. It really, but I did the work. I got on the other side of it. The person that I was in love with, is really like love like I've never seen love before. He's just incredible. And our partnership, this is the first time I'll ever say that I finally have experienced partnership as a holistic entity. And I don't think I would have ever never known what that looks like. You know, before we think love looks like this because we have deep feelings, the sex is good, the guy is cute, they check all these boxes, all of these things happen. And, you know, I was in that before, I was married to that, and everything was right. Like everything was right. But deep down to my soul, I knew that there was still not so right. Just not so right. And finally being merged with somebody where we're holistic has been phenomenal. And he is also younger. So it's interesting. And so now I have my own private practice. It's just really thriving. I continue to do the work. I embody the work that I went through.
Your private practice does what? Tell us about that.
So my private practice, I do a lot of corporate work and I do a lot of individual work, and I just help people. I stand as a mirror for you to see your best self.
So
I mean, really, that's what it is.
Tell us what that's called. How do we find you? What is that?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm an emotional intelligence specialist, and what that is that I help you identify. So we do the self-analysis work.
Like crazy. We can't even hear you. They're like,
can't hear me?
Yeah, your internet is really
like, we're trying to catch you. Say it.
Oh, that's terrible. Sorry. I don't know.
No, but it's good. Keep going. You do emotional intelligence work. I mean, keep going. Finish it up.
Yeah, so I'm an emotional intelligence specialist, and basically what I do is I hold a mirror up to you with deep love so that you can really see yourself very clearly. And self-awareness is the first step. So really getting super clear and super dialed in to why you think the way you think, why you respond the way you respond, why you have those thoughts associated with it. I mean, being really emotionally intelligent, being aware of yourself, and make really informed decisions on how you want to move, the choices that you want to make, so that you can really move into your deepest desires. And you really actually move into flow. Like once you really know yourself and align yourself with spirit, and that's really the key. I know a lot of emotional intelligence experts or specialists or therapists, whatever, they go and they get certificates and they do all this work outside of them. But a lot of people aren't embodied in the work. So they talk a lot of talk, they have all these degrees, but it's really about embodying integrity. Kaya and I used to talk about that all the time because she used to get on me with alignment with my integrity. And integrity, personal integrity, is actually where it is. Like, but you have to know that. And what is personal integrity? Yeah. What's spiritual alignment? You know, how do you embody something? How do you become the essence of love? And I think that when most people are looking for love, they're looking outside of themselves, and everything is always inside of you. So it's that embodiment of that vibration of spirit first, that alignment, that integrity of that work, and then moving into being just that being of it so you can attract it and have it flow with you. And so I work with people to do that. And with corporations, I unify their team, help them really dial into their communication, team cohesiveness. I work with a lot of CEOs because a lot of people who have a lot of success, they're deeply unhappy. And so I just work with them in a very safe space to elevate their life and their EQ. So that's what I do.
That. I have a question for you too, because you and Kaya, and people are asking this, but it's just like you both date younger men. Like you're dating someone younger. How does it feel? Because to me, I'm a little bit, and I'm a secure, confident person, but like you like younger men too. How does that? Is it because they make you feel young? They make you feel alive? You feel, what is it?
Well, I mean, I'm just going to speak specifically to the guy that I'm with now. His name is Martin, my love. I love him so much. I think, like Kaya said before, spirits. I'm super energetic. I love to have a good time. I'm super sexual. I like to expand and do crazy things and just really live life I'm very much like live limitlessly, right? So keep up with that, but then also having somebody who has a deeper desire to expand me is really great. And I think Martin has that capacity where he's super fun, super exciting, wants to dive in, is interested in being a partner, but is also youthful enough that can kind of pull me out of myself. Because when we started dating, the thing I liked about him too was he would say, okay, Shanoa, like, you might want to throw that away. You don't live in the suburbs anymore. Because he keeps me really evolving and dialed into my femininity, which I really, really love. And sexually, we're very compatible. And I think that for some people, sexuality doesn't matter, but for me, it matters greatly. And that's one of my love languages. And so when you're with an older person, sometimes their sexual stamina isn't able to match yours. For me, I needed that. I just said for some people, it's not able to do. I just like the fact that, he and I tend to meet together in a spiritual collective way. And maybe it has nothing to do with his age, but he's freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
He's somebody who's interested in evolving, and he's just a great partner for me. And he just happens to be 7 to 8 years younger.
Yeah.
Right.
But I do think that with that level, it just, I don't know, it does something. It does keep you super youthful. It really does.
It keeps you on your game.
It keeps you on your game. It really does. It keeps you on your game because he's younger. So we could go out.
And he's fit.
He's younger. He's fit. He's fine. And he's somebody who has his own voice, like, which is something that I really love, because I was in a marriage with someone who didn't really have much of his own voice. He's very strong-minded. So I really love his conviction. And he'll say, babe, you know what? Where are you going? You're not going to a soccer meet. Let's go. Like, you got a hot young guy. Let's go. Let's keep it sexy. And I like that.
Put you on your toes, right?
Keeps me on my toes, because I'm like, absolutely, you're right about that. It inspires me to keep it together, And I think we all need somebody who can inspire them to keep it together. Because
Rashawn like the older guy. She like the older guy. So we might. Let's figure out with Rashawn. Rashawn, I know you like the older men. You know, more security. You know what I'm saying? You want the social security check.
No, let's be clear.
Security check.
No, let's be clear. You guys like the teenagers. I don't date teenagers, right?
teenagers.
You guys will go 25. No.
I don't date 25, Rashawn.
I won't date 25.
No, let me tell you, I really do think it's because I'm very, very close with my dad. I'm very, very close. So I think that has.
You are admitting that you. So can you do it sworn swear?
How close are you, Rashawn?
I do like older men.
I like older men. I don't like 25, right?
I'm not like 25.
I'm a little bit older than 25, right? No, but I like older men. I like the knowledge. I like the wisdom, but I don't want grandpa, right? I'm not dating the grandpa.
Well, what makes you grandpa? What age? Because we're already late 40s. Mid-40s.
Well, hold on, Akaya. You tell your age. You don't know how old I am. Right. You tell your age, and
what's older now? After 45, what the hell is older?
Actually, you're right, because if you're 45 or 50, I mean, dating a 60-year-old is not old, really, is it? Chanel?
For me, it's a little old.
But hold on, what about a hot 60, like a Denzel 60? Is that old?
Yes.
Yeah.
Denzel right now looks old.
Yeah, for me, it's old.
Yeah, he does look old, but okay. I mean, but that's from what he's doing. Okay. But hold on, Shanoa and Kaya, would you date a fit, good-looking 60-year-old who is upbeat, likes to do things, go out, fun?
I would date whoever. I mean,
if I fell in love with them, I would totally date somebody. I mean, I'm not, guys, I don't discriminate. I fall in love with who I fall in love with. So yes, I would. But, that's, all of those things are prerequisites, like energy, vitality, sexuality, interesting, all of those things are super important, I can't just be.
Well, Rashawn, y'all just know, you and Tiffany know, y'all dating a young older now. when he get 5 more years older, he ain't even gonna be able to have sex no more. What you gonna do?
Well, I mean, there is
We got some years though.
well, there is the pump and there is Viagra. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. Then you go to the bedroom and somebody got to pump it up. That is a lot. And then you got you. But let me tell you,
I would love to lever. I'm not somebody who actually. I like younger clearly because that's always what I'm attracted to. But I actually don't discriminate. I like whoever I like.
Yeah, whoever
Young,
it is.
old, man, woman.
That's how I am. I really am like that. I really don't mind.
So Rashawn, tell us about where you left off.
Where are you?
Okay. So in the show, I left off 3 things. I had a surrogate who I was trying to have a baby, and unfortunately that didn't work. And I was very, very heartbroken because we tried it and it didn't work. And sometimes it really does mess with you because you want a baby and you're saying to yourself, God, wow, why can't I have a baby? What's wrong? Like, why is this not clicking and working? But you can understand, Shanoa, you do something and you want it for your marriage, because where I left off, I was married, but it didn't work. And I think that caused a little strain, because when you're going for surrogacy and you're trying to have a baby and you're spending all of this money and time and it messes with you, I mean, financially, but then emotionally, because you can't have the baby yourself. So my doctor didn't want me to, because I'm a stage 4 breast cancer survivor. You guys, yes, I am a warrior. And thank you. Yeah, I was given 3 months to live in 2009, and I'm here 12 years cancer free. She just didn't want me to have a baby. She was like, look, you can, nobody's saying you can't, but I want you to be alive. I don't want you to have any risk with having any kind of estrogen in your body. And I tried. And I think the strain put on financially, but more than that, psychologically, that when you can't do something that you're trying, then is your husband looking at you like you can't have a baby? Are you useless? Are you really worthless? You're feeling like you're worthless. You can't have a baby.
Think about that.
Yeah, so it really does mess with your psyche, and you're trying to just keep on and move on and push on, and it still doesn't work. So then you think, I mean, God, I'm not a young chicken. I'm not 25 or 35. Is it not in the cards, God? If it's not in the cards, think about it. All 4 of us, we don't have kids. You know what I mean? So it's so interesting. Was it not in our cards, or was it not in my card? So that sort of hit me to my core. And then I think, my marriage, we were just fighting and fighting and fighting. He was dealing with his demons. I was dealing with my demons, because I was married to a very successful guy, and I played small. And I was never a small girl. I was always confident, knew what I wanted. But when you're married to someone like this, women sometimes in their relationships play small. We have been taught to do it for the man, live up to the man, take care, cook for him, take care of him, do all this stuff. And we lose ourselves in marriages, and we lose ourselves in relationships. And I'm here to tell you, ladies, don't lose yourself. I lost myself. And so even when I left off, I was starting the foundation, You Are a Warrior, You Are a Warrior. But now I'm starting the actual social networking site, the letter You Are a Warrior, WARRIOR.com. Please go to it, the letter URAWARRIOR.com. It's in beta, but please join it, sign up, tell me what you think. We're going to go live in 2 weeks. It's going to be an app. But I think
Go back up. So you said,
yeah, I know, I'm backing up.
That relationship end up being over.
Let me back up. So what happened was my relationship, the baby stuff didn't work. Keep on trying it. I wanted money. His work, more stressful. Me playing small, feeling like I was going to implode. So it's like a ticking bomb. It's like this, you know what I mean? So when something doesn't work and you're both trying, he's like stressed on job, I'm stressed on the baby, it's not working. We're going like this. We're not going like this, we're going like this. So it becomes a real issue. It becomes a real issue for us. And we got a divorce. I was right behind Shanoa. It's so crazy that she probably was just maybe a couple of months before me. And you try to make something work because you want your marriage to work. You don't want to give up. But when things are not happy and you're feeling down on yourself, it makes you feel down. And I'm a person who likes to live in positivity and light, right? For me to even survive, I had to motivate myself every day. I had to step into motivation and happiness, because you are what you think and you are what you believe. And that's what I coach. You truly are what you think and truly are what you believe. If you think you're going to fail, you're going to fail. And so people don't really understand. Have stage 4 cancer. I mean, it was when a doctor says 3 months, that really took a toll on me. And so I felt like my husband wasn't supportive. I don't feel like he supported it in, okay, yeah, doctors, you got to do this, but supportive, like sitting on a couch saying, babe, how are you feeling? You know, you've been given a death sentence. I never had that. I never had those conversations. I never had that real conversation about my life, about what's next, about my dad, my family. And so I really felt alone. I really, really felt alone. And it just took a toll on me. I was like, I'm either going to get busy living or get busy dying. I got to choose to live or die. Living is being in my ultimate self, my happy place, motivational, a place where I can live out loud, think big, dream big, and not be stifled. And dying is not really living my truth, not really being happy, not really living in a place of love and motivation. So, you know, I had a really, really nasty divorce, really, really bad. 4 or 5 years. I was going through mine for like 4 or 5 years. And what it did, it brought about a business, you know, my business coach and the warrior coach, but it really took my business to the next level. It catapulted me into teaching women and men never to play small in their business. So 95% of my business is corporate America. I do a lot of corporate coaching for Fortune 100, Fortune 500 companies. I do a lot of speaking engagements. I do one-on-one, how to grow your business. I love business because I think, you know, it's my dad. You know, he was a businessman. So I do a lot, as you know, I do emotional intelligence. I do diversity and inclusion. I do personal peak performance. But I think because I failed in my marriage and my marriage didn't end up the way it was supposed to be. I mean, my marriage, it was horrible. I spent so much money on the divorce, I went broke almost. And I think something clicked. Like, for Sean, you got to stop it and move forward. And it just clicked, move forward. I was thinking, like, did I do it wrong? Why did I leave? You know, I didn't have the baby. So I really felt like I'm in my 40s, no baby, no husband. Where's my life? But then it clicked. And I was like, you know what? No, my life is my happiness. And that's what I teach my clients, to be happy, to live in their best place, to never stop and never give up. If I gave up, I would not be here today. Like, my doctor just said this last Thursday. I went to the doctor in the hospital. I was so mad I had to go to the hospital, but because I go and get a checkup. Yeah, girl. Well, no, I had to go because I get my checkup and every doctor was closed. So I had to go to Johns Hopkins. I was so mad, but I put a scarf, I had gloves, I had a ski jacket, a hat. I was like, come on, y'all making me go to the damn hospital. I'm mad just to go get blood. But like, my doctor in New York wanted it. I didn't want to go to New York. Love my New Yorkers, but I just didn't want to go there. And, you know, she said, I've never seen anyone in my 25 year of history of being a doctor who beat stage 4 and had no complications, like never went back to the hospital again, never went back to the doctor again. And it really made me think. I was just crying in the hallway because it really made me think, thank you, God, man, thank you. Like, sometimes even I don't remember that, how blessed I am. Sometimes I just live my life, but I don't remember where I came from and all of this stuff, you know? And I was in the car crying, like, thank you. Thank you. You know, so I got a second chance. So I'm in a do-over, you know, surrogates didn't work, but I want to have a baby. Anybody out there? No, I got a boyfriend, right? Anybody out there? Send me a DM.
Are you trying? Are you trying to have a baby, Brashawn?
I do want to. Yes, I do. I do want to. I want to have a baby because I feel, you know, I do feel lonely sometimes. This right here, this quarantine has made me feel very, very lonely. But it's a good thing in reflecting and reassessing. But it's making you look at everything around you, what you have, what you're doing, what's next. And like I said, I'm launching my youarewarrior.com site. I'm doing a lot of great things behind the closed doors, but family is everything. You know, everybody knows my dad is my ride or die, but it's just me and him. You know,
Are you in DC right now?
I'm in DC right now.
Mm-hmm.
She moved back.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
you
I mean,
back
I
to DC?
still, I mean, I have a place in DC. I have a place in DC, but I still have my place in New York. So I go to both and work in both. But I actually do love DC. I'm like shocked. I really love it. It's like, I really do.
Water, child. She fine.
Shut up. I do live on the water. So I love looking at the water every morning. It's meditative. But I got a great boyfriend. He's very cool.
He's older? Is he older or younger?
What do y'all think? I got an
Older.
older boyfriend. Yeah. He's
Is
old.
he with you right now?
He is with me. He is.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So he's very supportive and very good. But like I said, this made me really, you know, it's time to really reflect. I think this whole quarantine was for the world to reset. I think everybody, because we were going through
Absolutely.
chaos, toxic. I mean, everything, social media, being mean, angry. I mean, we were just going through horrific things that people were just sad. And I think it's a time to reset. And it really gave me a chance to look at my life, like, you know, divorce, no kids, but in a new space, in a new space to do it again, in a new space to try it again, in a new space to never give up. And that's where I am. I'm on my second phase, and my second phase is to keep going, you know, dream big, think big, and don't stop. But it was a journey for me, and loving the city with you ladies. You guys can't believe this is our first time really all getting together since the show. No, not since the show, but maybe like 3 or 4 years. But it's like
since the show.
Yeah.
Since the show, we haven't.
Kaya, I've seen you,
Like,
Kaya.
I've seen everybody individually.
I haven't seen anybody. I haven't seen all 4 of you guys together collectively like this.
For like 4 or 5 years.
Oh, since the
Together
show.
for all 4 of you guys in one place? Never.
Oh, yeah,
Not
never.
since the show.
Yeah, maybe we haven't. I haven't seen you all together I've seen you, Kai, all the time. I've seen Shanoa probably 3 years ago, 4 years. And Tiffany, it's been a long time. But you know, so this is just as our period of growing and learning. And so you know, I feel like I failed because my marriage didn't work, but I feel like, you know, it's a new beginning.
You feel like you failed?
Yes, I do feel like
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, I feel like you know,
Brashawn has turned into Kaya. So let me just give you guys a
Hold on,
Wait, before you, I really want to know that. You really feel like you failed?
Yeah. Let me answer my question, Kai.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
No, I feel like, because I believe marriage.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a great boyfriend, Tony. Look, you silly, but
you failed.
No, you failed. No, I have a great boyfriend. He's amazing. He's very supportive. So I got the opposite. I really got the pendulum, like the opposite. But I feel like in marriage, I feel like you go through ups and downs, and I feel like marriage is something sacred. I feel like you should really try. I feel like you should really, really, really try.
And you didn't feel like you tried?
I don't feel like I gave it my all.
Your all. Okay.
No,
all right. I understand that.
So
I felt like I gave it my everything. So I
Yeah.
don't feel like a failure. I feel very successful in what I
So I don't feel like I gave it my all. No, we didn't go to therapy. No, I didn't. So if you're having, if you go to therapy, you do that and it doesn't work, then hey, you gave it your all. I didn't give it my all.
I understand that. You didn't fail, but it's just the lesson that you learned, obviously. There's no failures, there's only lessons.
Oh, there's only
lesson that you learned was that if and when you move back into that space, you are going to be committed to giving it your all.
Oh, yeah. So everything is a lesson. Everything you do is a lesson, right?
Does Tony want children?
Yeah.
Does he have
75.
any?
He's 75. No,
nice.
No, he's not. No.
Noah, cut it out.
I mean,
he wants children. Yes, he does want children. So we're gonna see.
Good. Okay.
Everything is a stepping stone. Everything.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Does Jason want kids, Kaya?
He will. He has 2. He had one a few years ago, like 5 years old. So he's just wanting to. He just started his business, so he wants to really get that going.
Yeah.
You know how men are. Everything is in sections and categories. Let me do this so I can do this. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tiffany, do you want kids?
He has 2 boys. He's like, I really wouldn't mind having a girl, which I don't want to do. But hey, I'll take whatever at this age. I'll do whatever,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly, Kaya. Those
The other thing that I'm questioning these days is that, do I really want to carry a baby out of my body at this age? I'm 46 years old. I don't know.
You're that old?
Girl, your birthday 1 month after me cut. Listen, I don't know if I really want to carry a baby in my body. That's the only challenge I'm having. If I got pregnant, of course I'm gonna keep it, but I probably wouldn't mind going to get a surrogate.
Kaya, stay on the phone. Surrogate? No, that's good. I mean, in surrogates, I feel like they make them.
My body can take it. I'm like older. Like, I hit my kneecap. I'm in pain for days.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, let's just say this: Bershawn and I both had surrogates, and get that money up, girl, because that surrogate life.
That surrogate life is not
start out like 200K.
Yeah, I mean that's what I think
it's
is
a lot in cash, not in deposits, not in credit.
Not credit card.
Not credit card. You have to pay your surrogate in cash,
or get an Amex.
Get that money up, or get ready to get that body prepared for your birth.
And so, but that's the whole thing. I think it's horrific. I think it's hard. Like, you know, there's no way it should be that expensive. I mean, 200,000. So it's really telling you it's for the wealthy. Period. I mean, who can afford that much in having a baby? I think it's a lot.
Who can even afford organic greens right now? Like everything is for the wealthy. The way this world is set up. That's a whole nother show. That's a whole nother conversation. Huh?
I see y'all over there having gourmet meals. Martin's a chef.
Yeah, he is a 5-star chef, girl. Ordering
good. See, you have a chef. My guy fixes everything in the house. He can build in 2 weeks a whole house.
That's amazing.
Everything.
I got the opposite too.
Yeah, so it's like we all got. Tiffany, do you want to have kids or no?
My guy wants to have a baby right now.
Okay. Nice.
Oh, nice. Are you going to do it?
So
have you froze your eggs?
Cut to she's pregnant. No.
She old too. You froze the egg?
Listen, I'm the youngest one here.
You're only a year younger than me, Tiffany. Calm down.
The youngest one here.
Okay, y'all know Tiffany has been lying. She's a year younger than me. We all used to think you were 6 years younger. We all used to think you were 6 years younger. I saw your ID. I pulled it out your wallet. You're a year younger than me. Stop lying.
You know she nosy. She did.
I did. Stop lying. Because every time she'd be like, oh, girl, why y'all 40? I'm 35. I'm 30. And we were believing it until I pulled the ID out the wallet.
So, guys.
My guy wants to have a baby now. And if a baby came now, I would have a baby. I love him that much to have a baby. However, I'm like, do I really want to go through this put that on my body? I don't know. Listen, I'm very happy just me and my dogs. But then I think of adopting. I think adoption is an option. Little black boys, they get the short end of the stick.
They do.
And adopting in the United States, they offer these awesome incentives and programs if you adopt a baby black boy, because they're the lowest.
Really?
So they pay for college, healthcare. I mean, all these things. And
send me that link. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I mean, it's public knowledge.
Is it?
First
black boys are the lowest on the totem pole to get picked up. I read that.
White boys are first, then white little girls, then Asian boys, then Asian little girls, then mixed kids, and then black little girls, and then black little boys are the last to find homes. So we talked about it, and it is and we've talked so much about it. You can even foster a child, a black little boy, and
that way you can give his little ass back if he act crazy.
Exactly.
You're nuts.
You know what? This doesn't work for me.
It's hysterical.
For me. Can I send him back?
God,
Kaya, you gotta send him back.
I'm sending his ass back.
You guys, it's an hour. We should take the questions off the feed.
Yes, I have a few questions right here that I wanted to ask the group. So I'm going to ask 3 questions, just because,
Go for it.
But before we do that, Tiffany, were you finished?
Yeah, I'm done. But I adopted a German Shepherd.
Okay.
Oh, I love it.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Okay, so I just want to ask these 3 questions because they came up. Someone wants to know, why haven't we seen each other? Has any of you guys had any work done? And what are you doing to keep yourselves fit and sexy and young? Because everybody looks fit, sexy, and young.
I'm telling you right now, I'm struggling. I really am. I'm like, my boyfriend's body is like nuts. Like, he don't even work out that much. And his body is ripped, top to bottom, tall, ripped up. So I'm
He's
looking
young.
at
He's young.
But aside from that, he just ripped. Like, he just is. And I am constantly in competition, trying to keep up. So no, I'm not in competition, but I just feel better. I'm walking around with him. You just feel like you want to be, I'm on camera. I don't want to be looking crazy the whole bit. This quarantine has really destroyed my whole world because there's no gyms. You really have to do it yourself. Like, Shanoa, you really have a good handle on diet and food. So I think you're the one that we should be talking to, because I don't have it under control. I'm over here eating pizza, talking about it's gluten-free, but it ain't working. I'm trying to eat I don't have it together. So while people think I look good, I'm hanging on by a thread. So
and I got to piggyback off of her. Weight, weight has never been an issue for me all my life until I hit my 40s. Seriously, it's a problem for me. I mean, I see my face when my little cousin was like, "Dad, you getting fat? Look at those arms." I was like,
and then they come up behind
out they come up and pinch the arm, and it's big.
Oh, no.
I'm like, but no, it's and I'm snacky dude, so I love a good glass of champagne, wine. I'm a drinker. I love a good. I'm an eater. I love pizza.
Fine dining.
I do eat healthy. I'm plant-based, but I'm greedy. So I'm greedy. So I will, instead of 1 plate of vegetables, I'll do 3 plates. I'm greedy. I'm really super greedy. So I will do, even though, I don't eat meat or any of that, but I do like to eat, and I love the good life. So I will be drinking it up, playing, partying. That's just me. And then you'll see me 20 pounds later, and then I'm depressed. Now I got to go underground and work it out. Yeah, I can't lie. I
will be going to get work done in about 2 years. So I'll let y'all know what I did.
It's very hard. It really is a mindset. I can't lie. Shanoa got the mindset, and she does it. I love the good life, so I will eat. But
Tiffany
now,
too, though. Tiffany's very disciplined.
Tiffany's good.
Yeah, you are disciplined too, Tiffany. So me and Kaya and Brashawn, the fat girls, and they we're on the edge.
You're not even fat. You guys look great. What do you do, Tiffany?
Well, I grew up in Ohio, so I love vegetables, and I eat what I want to eat, but I eat things in moderation. But I don't shop in the aisles of a grocery store. I shop on the circle, so it's fresh greens. Everything is fresh. I'm not a snacky dude as Kyle with chips and I've never been that. I'm not a candy person. I take sugar, I put honey on yogurt and granola. That's my sugar. If I want salt, if I have a salt, I'm not a potato chip. I get some salt.
I've never seen Tiffany snack in my whole life.
No, I've never seen that.
I just don't eat like that. I have no desire. But I also became a Pilates instructor in November. So I do Pilates.
That's cool.
And I have some clients that I work with, and we're working virtually. These are just things that I've always
great, Tiffany.
I've always done.
Yeah.
It's not about it's about what you eat and everything in moderation, and knowing what you're putting in your body.
Yeah, Tiff.
That's very important.
Well, I mean,
tell us, Shanoa. Give us. This is what I want to know for real. I want a breakfast, lunch and dinner and snack. I just need a quick, tell me when you wake up in the morning, what do you have?
Well, I will say this. I don't think that anybody, no, listen, I don't think that what I've learned, because I'm the oldest here in this quad right here. And what I've learned is that there's a couple of things. Nobody's way is the right way, period. What works for Tiffany works for Tiffany, because Tiffany has her own constitution and her own, microorganisms in her gut, bacteria, all of those things that talk to her body and know exactly what makes her work optimally. Same with Kaya, same with Rashawn, same with me. So I have learned that if you really want to be emotionally well and physically well, it all starts with your food and your diet, but you have to know what your body likes. So the very first thing you have to do is you have to understand what's going on in your gut. Your gut is kind of like the brain of your body. And without you understanding what your body's able to process and break down, what it loves and what it doesn't love, you're always going to be dealing with inflammation and dealing with things that make your body dis-ease, make your brain slower in function, make your cells not happy. And you want to make your cells happy. The moment you know what makes your cells happy, then you can eat everything. Because I'm like Rashawn, I'm a good life girl. I'm drinking my tequila.
Hold up, wait, let's break this down. No.
Kaya, we can't stay on this for so long. Let's keep it. We're gonna do it. But let's go to the other questions. So many people are asking questions. So let's start.
I want to get to the menu. I really need the breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Okay, she'll text you. Let her text you.
Okay,
there's so many questions that people are asking.
Yes.
Okay, wait. Avocado and toast is great.
Avocado, toast, eggs.
So they have bread like that. Go ahead.
I don't think avocado and toast works for everybody, because what happens if you have a gluten intolerant? What happens if your body doesn't produce, break down avocado well? It's really about understanding your biome and what's happening in your gut bacteria. You have to understand not only emotional intelligence, physical intelligence. You have to, that's a holistic understanding of you. You have to know you, and you have to know you from the inside out. But if you want a simple quick fix, no processed food, none, ever. If it's in a bag, if it has more than multiple ingredients on it, remove it. Don't ever buy it. Don't get it. Sugar,
rice,
processed sugar.
Rice in a bag, boil a bag rice, 10 minutes.
I mean, you shouldn't really be having a lot of rice.
Yeah.
What about sweet potato?
Yeah, you can have sweet potato.
Well, sweet potato's good. Sweet potato's fine. But you don't want to have the sweet potato, anything natural, and anything natural that's happening in season usually is okay, depending on if it works for your body. So you want to have things that are in season, because food isn't really grown from the ground anymore. Food is processed. Even organic vegetables is processed, right? They're not making it organic. It's better than some things, but not all the way optimal. But if you really want a quick fix, nothing processed, cut the sugar, period.
Okay, I have a question for everyone. I have a question for everyone that somebody put 4 times. So this is the question to Shanoa and Kaya. Would you guys, Kaya has never been married. Shanoa, would you marry again?
I'm married.
Oh, you are married.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
You got married again. Congratulations. Did you have a small wedding? You didn't tell anybody, or did you tell people?
I didn't know. I didn't know, and I didn't plan it, and I didn't do anything. We got married let's do it.
That's how I want to do it.
How long ago? Because I remember you were doing a spiritual wedding. That's why I didn't know if it was real. So when did you get married? What date?
That I don't even know. It's September 1st.
Last year?
You know when the anniversary
2.5 years ago. Almost 3 years.
Oh, so what are we?
Married. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Shanoa.
Thank you, guys.
That's
okay,
so
good.
good.
Okay.
So happy, y'all.
Thank you.
Yay. Okay, so you're married. So
I'm married.
All right, so the question goes, she's married, you guys. Kaya, would you get married, or do you want to get married?
I never really cared about marriage. That's not my, I don't believe that that's the thing that, maybe too, I'm a little bit tainted. I've seen so much divorce and cheating and just craziness that it doesn't mean that you love me more or it makes anything any tighter, the union. I'm just not, I don't live in that world. So for me, I could be like Goldie Hawn and her husband. We could just kind of live together forever and be okay. And then if I get rich or something, I gotta worry about you taking my money. I just don't want it.
But you can get married. You can do it on a spiritual plane. You can still have a committed.
But it doesn't hold the value that it does to you guys, to me.
What do you mean? Oh, you mean marriage doesn't? Marriage
it doesn't hold the same value to me.
But you know what's so interesting, Kaya? I felt the same way even before I got married. I didn't want to get it. I never wanted to get married. I know, but I never wanted to get married. I never wanted to have a marriage, like a wedding.
Yeah.
I mean, I argued with my first ex-husband for a long time because I thought it was a waste of money. I thought it was stupid. I didn't understand it. But I do, when you do have that sacred commitment and you do go through it, you do understand the difference that it makes.
Yes, I can imagine.
I'll just say that. Like it doesn't, huh?
You did a spiritual wedding and a physical marriage, right?
No, I did a spiritual wedding this time.
Oh, so you did, okay, so. But
I didn't go to the law.
Oh, so it's.
I don't think I'd ever do that anymore because to me, like Kaya said, it's too much. I'm never getting divorced though. I'm not getting divorced. Huh?
I can do it that way.
Yeah, I'm not getting divorced. Like how you felt, Brashawn, I never felt like I failed, but I know I was disappointed that the partner that I had, my ex-husband and I, didn't have the tools or the mindset to find a way to stick
together. Yeah,
that was very disappointing. It was very heartbreaking.
It's
very heartbreaking to go, wow, like you committed your whole life to this person and we didn't have the tools to figure out how to make it work. That was, so I'll never do that again. Huh?
And that's the failure. I want to get married again. I do believe in it, but I think as I have grown, I've grown spiritually, mentally, physically, just everything in my toolbox, like my doctor toolbox. So now I have the tools to talk.
Exactly.
And the biggest thing I think with marriage or any relationship is communication. We don't communicate, and people are very stuck in their ways. So we become, and if you can communicate, I think it's beautiful because then that opens up the door. So I would do it again, and I want to do it again, but in a way where I am very communicable. I communicate, I say what's on my mind, and not live in the fear or not trying to I let it out. And I think it's the best way to be.
That's right. Yeah.
I have a question for Chanel. What is a spiritual wedding marriage? What is that?
Well, it's a wedding. It's the same thing. It's just that we didn't do it legally because for us, we were like, let's get married. Let's create our vows. What do we want to commit to in our relationship? What's really sacred to us? What really matters? What are we committed to? What are we going to lean in on every day? And then who's around? We're going to have something really sacred. And honestly, guys, it was so special because it didn't require all that extra shit. And it was a lot of extra shit with, not to say that it's not beautiful because I love extra. I love luxury too. And I love the nice stuff.
Yes, she does.
But the wedding that Martin and I had was so sacred because what we did was we made sure that everybody who was present, which it was impromptu, but we did have a lot of our friends around, ironically, but it was impromptu. So we made sure that everybody was committed to helping us stay in integrity with our relationship. And I think sometimes when you're having a really hard time and fortunately, like Brashawn said, we've done so much work on our relationship and we've done so much work on ourselves individually that we're completely different people, right? On a spiritual level, on an emotional level, we have the tools, we have all that stuff, but still your network is still responsible because you are who you keep company of, period. And so if you don't get them involved in saying, hey, are you committed to holding us down and supporting this union and making sure that you're also not just a witness and just somebody participating in the witnessing of it, but really uplifting us as a community. Like we're family now. That was very important. And I felt like now we have this really cool support system where not just he and I, but they trust us too. And so that communication is there, right? Like you have that not just Martin and I, but we have people that we can go to if we are challenged, and they can come to us. So it's not so, sometimes I think people feel embarrassed. They don't know what to do. They get the wrong advice. They can't communicate. They're fearful of communicating. There's so many different levels to it. But I think that was helpful when we addressed that.
So you don't have to go to the Justice of Peace. There's no certificate. There's none of that. It's still legal.
It's spiritual, right? It's still spiritual.
I might do that. I think I can do that.
Yeah.
And I knew you did that. I knew you did that. Okay. I thought it was but here's another question, you guys. And then I think, I don't know, it's a long live. It's maybe we after this, but people have been saying, why haven't we, maybe we all should talk, like just make it quick, 2 or 3 minutes, but why haven't we all spoken since the show? So I guess anybody can jump in. All 4 of us will say.
Wow. How do we get to that?
I think, it was, the show ended, and, life moves on, and for me,
Well, Tiffany,
I just went my own direction, I think personally, going through the breakup, going through the show, being with you girls, blah, blah, blah. And also, the what came with the show. I don't know. I just did my own thing. I think we all did. We all just used the platform for what it was and kind of just did our own thing. I don't know.
Well, being the connect, like I basically, Shanoa was a good friend of mine who I introduced to Bershawn and then Tiffany. So I probably was the connector to everyone. I'm also in LA. I'm also
what?
Huh?
I didn't hear you. Say it again.
I'm in LA. All of you guys are in New York. You and Shanoa had a little relationship for a bit. And I think too, like Shanoa, like you said, once you divorce from your husband, I think that had a whole community of friendships and everything that really, if I could wrap it up, I think that really probably put a little bit of a taint on things, because you went in your direction with your current husband and the whole thing, and your friends from that marriage and I think it kind of put a little bit of a, I don't know if it's a divider, you know what I mean? Like I said, we can still come to the table and be cool and be friends and a whole bit. It's never no heart, no heaviness like that. But I think you just go in your different directions, you know what I mean? And you and your husband, was a very tight community. It was everybody was connected to kind of that, you know what I mean? So I think when that and you went into your own world, it kind of put everybody just went in their own directions. You know what I mean? I think that is how I could wrap it up in a nutshell.
Well, I'll tell you how. And so I think maybe I got a part of the piggyback because I met Shanoa through Kaya. We never really spoke about it, so it's actually an interesting. People are saying, good question. It's and they said true friends don't have to talk every day, and that's true. I think maybe when you get a divorce, and I don't even know if this should know. And we should talk about it. I think when you did have sort of 2 sets of friends and 2 sets of journeys, and when you got the divorce, and then I felt like I was sort of in the middle, you and Kaya not really talking. Why was I really not talking to you? That was dumb, but it just it happened, and we never really sort of brought it back, which I would blame myself and say, why didn't I come to you? But I feel like there was really no reason why. I don't know why I'm not talking to you. I talk to Kaya every day. Tiffany, Tiffany, I love this. I love Tiffany. Tiffany, we always say, I love Tiffany. You're crazy. You're nuts. But
I see out yesterday on the phone, on the text. I was like,
I love you because you're sporadic. I don't know what I'm gonna get, but I still really like you because I never know what I'm gonna get. You may curse me out and be like, bitch, you fucking crazy motherfucker. Or you're gonna be like, I love you, girl. You're a survivor. I don't know what I'm gonna get with you. And so maybe that's a good thing. Kaya is who she is. She's gonna come at you strong, hard, and boss you up. But she comes out of love. Shanoa and I really had a lot. We've been through a similar journey throughout our whole life. I mean, the marriage, the everything. We could go down this road. But I think it probably is it's sad that I think the divorce happened, Shanoa, and and I guess you and Kaya maybe went separate ways. Maybe I was in the middle of it. I don't know. It seemed like it just fizzled, which I don't know why, but that's.
Yeah, I think when you get divorced, it changes everything, like you do. I mean, 13 years of having, of being someone, and then breaking away from that someone and having people still look at you as that person or have expectations or ideas about who you are while you're going through your own metamorphosis is very interesting. Because at that time, you're so untethered to that person, like your being, that person who you were, that person literally was breaking apart, right? And so I think it creates a lot of, people pick sides. I think people have opinions, and I think there's a lot of misunderstanding, and a lot happens when you're going through a divorce. Not all divorces are so easy, and I know mine was definitely not one of those divorces that was easy. I felt like I lost a lot. I mean, when I was going through the process, I just felt, like you said, so alone. I felt like I lost so much. I felt like I didn't have the same connections or the same friendships that I had before. And then I wasn't even, and then I was in so much pain and so much trauma coming out of that you have, expectations are a really interesting thing. And I think that they get in the way and they hurt a lot of people, because you have expectations for people. You have expectations for people to be the same way or to act a certain way or to support you in a certain way, and people can't live in expectations. They can just live in truth, right? And so I think that kind of happened, and then you start moving on and you start the transformation of your new you, right? Whatever that metamorphosis was bringing you to, whatever divinity was bringing you to, you start becoming that person, and through that you start meeting people who are vibrating at that level, and start having those attachments and having those friendships and really moving on in your life. You move on because you become a whole different person. Like I have so many similarities to who I am. Same voice, a lot of the same persona. Like I'm still fun and I'm still light and I'm still, all of those things, but there's so many other layers to me now. So I'm similar, but so different at the same time. Right. And I think we all are. Years have passed, right? But like Kaya said, we've spent so many years as friends. There's so much love underneath the hood that you can still come together and be like, love you, I love you. It's so good to fucking see you. Like, it's great to see you.
Just not knowing, I come from a very tough sort of background. A lot, I don't know, people know, you saw a little bit of my story on the show, losing my mom and not really having a lot of family background, just never really been to therapy or anything like that. You go through life just the way you know it. So you don't know, when my mom died, dropped dead in my face, there was no therapy. There was no, let me hold your arm or whatever. So you pick up this armor and you put that coat on, and that's the person that you are. Mm-hmm. So being, the young woman that I was at that time, you don't even realize how non-compassionate you are with people like yourself that are going through things. Like Rashawn, you had cancer, and I'm gonna tell you, for years, this girl never even told us she had cancer. So, and during that time, I would not have even have known how to handle or deal with someone like that. No compassion. I could probably be a person with no compassion, no like softness, no nothing. Like now, as I get older, I'm learning to invite those things into my heart, into my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, not knowing like what Shanoa was going through in her marriage and how I might have been instrumental in helping you get through certain steps in your marriage. I could take full responsibility for that in my older years. You know what I'm saying? Like I really just didn't, I'm not connected with that person, with that space in my life. I had never been connected with it because that was not a part of my survival kit. That wasn't in there. My survival kit is, I got to figure this out. I got to get where I got to go. I want to be successful. No one else matters. I got to get to the goal. As long as I'm cool and integrity is good, I'm good. But there are so many things that as I've gotten older, that I've learned to appreciate, even to the love, having certain loves in my life on a relationship tip. You know what I mean? Like certain, like even being in my relationship, having someone that brings a certain level of love in my life is also very helpful, because now you see, like I could be mad. You want to be mad? Oh, we're going to have a mad fest, because I could just be mad forever and not talk to you forever. That's something that
it's
I can
true.
do that. I can do it. And I hate that person inside me. I hate it. That's
but you know what?
We're grudgeful. We have that. But I'm like, that's not the person I look back, I'm like, damn, I probably wasn't there for, like Vershawn said, I wasn't there for her wedding. Like her wedding was a big
let me tell you that and I gotta say, Kaya has definitely grown, because you don't know, for a long time, Kaya, I was like really so pissed at you. I was like, for you
never said anything. So I didn't know. I chose another.
So hold on, let me tell you. I never said anything because I always thought if somebody is your ride or die, whether your sister, your best friend, call her whatever, it doesn't really matter. You always make something like that. If I have to tell you that, then I was thinking something's wrong with you, because I would never miss my good friend, like somebody's wedding. That to me was huge. And to say you were going on a hair job, I thought was
nuts.
Nuts, and I thought it was insensitive.
Yes.
And so, you know, and I remember even telling my friends, Cornita, all of that, like, how can you help somebody who's insensitive? Like, they don't make your wedding. Right. They don't, and they're saying, girl, I gotta go make some money in Europe. I gotta go on Mary's tour. And I'm like, it's only, even my husband was like, can she go the next day? You could have flew and went the next day.
Well, no, we were like that, but I get it.
We don't have to go through that whole point. But my point is that, yes, that definitely hurt me, because I used to think, damn, you so insensitive to not come through my wedding. You know what I mean? But what I can say is that you definitely have learned the tools. And what I can say is that every day we're growing to be better. Like even 6 years ago, we didn't have the tools, you know, even 3 years ago. I mean, even as a coach, you learn to be better. You learn to grow. You try to be the best you can be. Sometimes you're stubborn. Sometimes you don't get it right, but we try the best we can. And Kaya,
unmute yourself, Shanoa.
Oh, you are we are
learning. Trying to cook, so I didn't want him to make noise.
And this live is getting very long, and people, you know, we don't have to make it 2 hours. We can sort of we hit all the points. But you know, Kaya, to truth be told, you have opened up and become you always had a good heart, because you always want people to win. I can never say that, but you are learning to be better in your sensitivity, in your empathy, in your growing, in your helping. You are. And like I said, you know what? Hey, I made a lot of mistakes in my life too, a ton of failures. But you know, so I think for me, and like each one of you have been a pivotal part in my life. You know, Shanoa, we done had some good times, girl. And Tiffany, we had some crazy times, and Kaya, we still having times. But I think this is a great thing that we did, of us coming together, right? Because this is a where are you now, and what are we doing next? And I want to say thank you for the journey, because every day I'm learning to be better every day.
No, thank you guys. I think this was really wonderful. I'm so glad that OWN started showing it again, and you guys got in
right now. Have y'all seen
this? Everybody, that's amazing. Thank you guys for tuning in. I think that, you know, thank you for your questions. Thank you for your participation. Ladies, thank you guys for being, you know, sharing your story and sharing your energy, and having us come together. It was so beautiful. It was wonderful to spend time and share stories. So thank you guys.
Thank you. This was amazing. Yes. Thank you. This is amazing. Please go and whatever you post, bring Love in the City back. Go look at it on OWN. Please follow us all on social media. You know, whatever. Mine is at Bershawn Shaw, my name. You know, Kaya.
Yep, mine is at Shanoa Maxwell.
Right.
He
Hers that.
knows me.
Yep. And Kaya Wright.
Kaya Wright. One.
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
guys.
And you guys, please, African Americans are, you know, our numbers are super high, and we have to make sure that we continue to protect ourselves.
Yeah.
So the best way that you can protect yourself is through keeping your immunity and your spirits lifted. You have to stay dialed into your spiritual frequency. It's so important, guys, that you lean into that spirituality, not just your prayers, but raising your vibration as a spiritual being, because that really does help you conquer and lift your immunity. If you guys are getting mad at anybody, make sure that you can dial yourself back, take a pause, take a breath, and really control your emotions, not deny your emotions, but control your emotions. It's really important that we keep our immunities up.
Control your emotions.
Cut the sugar. Cut the sugar. You don't have to stop it, but you have to minimize it. Cut the sugar, guys.
Also,
the sugar is a killer.
And this is a time to really reset in your life. Really, I think
reset. Yes.
We need to all think about, like, what is it that you really wanted to do? What is it that was your dream when you were a kid? What is it that you always wanted to do? Like, this is a time for the world to reset.
Absolutely.
Again, to get another chance. Now is that time. Like, don't take the time to be the same as how you got into this quarantine when you leave it. You guys, I'm about to go kiss my man.
Yeah, me too, guys. Enjoy. Bye, ladies. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Kaya, save it and send it to us.
Yes, save it, Kaya. Make sure you save it. Don't be doing a peace sign and not know what to
Don't even end until you save it.
Yeah. Just make sure you save it.
You know how to save it.
Kaya, you do. Leave.
Bye, guys. I'm jumping off.
Bye.
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 All right. Right in meeting. All right. Meeting. But